Well, it came on fast today. Hey, what's up? Boy, let's see. Are we okay? It's a little low. All right, can you hear me? Man, I tell you, sometimes, oh man, this is so stupid. That was 3 minutes of wasted time. I'm sorry. I saw the little buzzing meter. The volume thing was like it's buzzing. It was literally, I just literally tested it right before we got on. I don't know. I'm telling you, it's a streaming software. I don't know. I'm sorry. But can you hear me now? 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 Let me know if you can hear me, and I'm gonna just go ahead and talk, and I'm gonna get on out of here. That was a waste of 3 minutes. It's so annoying. Can you guys hear me? It looks like it's the volume's up, but it's so crazy. Every stream I gotta have some kind of stupid technical difficulty. Anyway, let's get into it. And if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and ask those. I'll be real quick today. Pretty much, pretty much. Um, it's kind of like you got to use what you know. The whole Trump thing. We had the FOMC meeting. Everybody was like, "Oh, same crap. Doesn't interest me anymore." Interest rate, blah blah blah. What's the next move? Oh my gosh, the Fed is doing this. The M2 money. I'm really believing none of that stuff matters because, as I keep saying, I never want to force. Like I said, the pattern that he and I have been looking at. If you've watched the last couple of streams, you know what I'm talking about. I'm never going to force it because that's dangerous to give yourself confirmation bias. But as of right now, it's lining up. I think I said the last stream and the stream before, I was like, after this or whatever, I said I expect everything to go sideways, and they was trying to act like it was going to go up, and then we're going sideways. And these are things. Let me tell you something. These are things that can happen anytime. This is not about me trying to say I told you so. I really don't give a crap. Only thing I'm trying to do is safely make it out of this market and make some money. So anybody can say, "Oh, the market's going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going to go sideways," and be right. You know, one or two times. Right? That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is consistently make sure every time I say something to think something, it's right. And I'm talking about not one time, two times. I'm trying to make sure the next 8 times in a row that is correct. And like I said, I don't want to talk too much about it now because we're just trying to make sure it continues to line up. Thinking of other stuff to say right now. Anyway, so with the whole Trump thing, then after the FOMC, and he was like, "Oh, wait a minute, guys. I know the market dumped on the FOMC, but Trump's going to make a speech or announcement or whatever." It was garbage. It was absolutely nothing. Once again, if you watch the channel, it has nothing to do with politics or political parties, hate or love. None of this. All I'm saying is, what I'm saying is they tried to use Trump. Is just like, oh, when he says something's going to be bullish and try to pump the market, which led me to believe it was a dump signal because they were what they're trying to use him to do. Who's that? What'd you say? I don't even know. What they're trying to use him to do is like they knew they were going to try to dump it after, but they're going to try to use him to pump it before so they can take profits. And the market wasn't trying to hear it, and we ended up going sideways like we were because the market wasn't trying to hear it. That wasn't even an announcement. And like I said in the group, it made me kind of pissed because it's like they think that people in crypto are so stupid that let's just get Trump to say something that's going to pump the market, and then we're going to take profits, and it end up not doing anything. Anyway, so it's pretty much. I know I keep talking about this, but it pretty much is following the pattern that we're looking at. And I'm still not going to say too much. And like I said, after a while, I'm gonna stop talking on the channel about it and just keep it in the group. But I'm trying to make sure everything lines up right now. Um, but yeah, so right now is even for me, even though I'm the one that's doing it, you can be right one or two times. Who cares? Oh, the market's gonna go up. It's going to sideways. Doesn't matter. When it starts being right fourth and fifth and sixth and seventh time, then we know we got something going on. I was supposed to say that last, but I started running my mouth too soon. Whatever. So that's that. I'm still watching the patterns. Everything's playing out how I thought. They tried to use Trump to pump the market. Something over here I was going to say before I get to my notes. I thought I had something over here. Oh, I think I already talked about this in the group. I'm just saying really quick. They found some kind of. Let me just read the thing, so I don't have to. Microsoft has identified a new security threat, still at rat, whatever. I don't know how to say it. Which I'm sorry. Let me pull it up on screen. Which targets 20 plus crypto wallets via Google Chrome browser extensions on PCs. So it doesn't affect Mac. I don't think they see that it affects Mac or anything. Um, the virus or whatever you want to call it can steal private keys and credentials by monitoring your clipboard and your browser stored data. While this is a threat, it does not appear to be widespread. Here's how to protect yourself. For one, I never do this. I know it's a lot of words or a lot of letters, whichever one it is, but I never copy and paste or my private keys or any kind of key that has to do with crypto. I just have to look at the screen and write it down or whatever. So do not copy and paste your private keys. Do not click random links or install untrusted software. Be on the lookout for suspicious prompts. Update your operating system and browser. Use password managers such as 1Password instead of plain text storage. Was some other point. Use hardware wallets for extra security. That's what I always say. Keep your Microsoft Defender up to date and run additional antivirus protection when possible. Pretty much that's the stuff you need to do to avoid this. And I don't like I said, I don't think it affects Macs. It's just a kind of PC bug right now. There's a bunch of stuff. It's not really a lot of news. That doesn't matter. I'm gonna skip on that. Anyway, let me say some other important stuff that and it's not say like, oh, I'm the only person you can listen to, whatever. But anyway, stuff I don't see people saying. I don't know what that dumb voice I just did was, but whatever. So yeah, I mean, of course, it's important to watch the projects that you are in going into the next part of the cycle. And that's a blanket statement to say that I don't think the cycle's over, especially if I'm looking at the pattern we're looking at. May not be the way that people want it to go, but we're still going to go up from here and make money. And I feel like there's no sense to bailing out now when you have the opportunity to make life changing money. You're just going to have patience. Something I've been saying for months and months and months and months. Another important thing, well, these two kind of go together somewhat. So as I've been saying, probably for the last 10, 12 months, there's a lot of projects that haven't come out yet that are going to be great projects that you guys probably have never heard of before or whatever. Some of these projects are going to start coming out. And right now that everybody's pretty much sideways. Like I keep saying, nobody can, people try to keep up the lie forever. Like, oh, we're doing well, but Mark's crazy. But anyway, so with a lot of the projects still coming out, you're probably holding stuff that you're waiting to perform. So Um, I'm confident with the stuff I'm holding. Maybe you see something new, shiny thing. If you still have money on the side, maybe you want to buy some. But the most important thing I want to say is that nobody's really talking about, and probably for a good reason, is that everybody figured the cycle was going to go a certain way. Um, excuse me. Everybody felt like the cycle was going to go a certain way. That's the investors, the influencers on Twitter, X, the influencers on YouTube, the VCs, the investors, everybody, right? So when they set up these projects, and this sounds crazy because it just came so fast. Um, um, but because people thought the cycle was going to work a certain way, the smart projects, or whatever, they set their tokenomics and their unlocks up a certain way. And so, if we're being honest, it's not what a lot of people want to hear. But I saw one pumping the other day, and I think some of y'all in the group said something about it. Then I see people who didn't even really go to do any research try to start shilling it to their groups. What you got to understand is this is not scammy on the projects because they feel like right now we were definitely supposed to be in very bullish in a very bullish market right now. Like prices flying, everybody's making money, right? So a lot of the big unlocks are set up for like this little area that we're in now, right now until May is June is right. So just because you see something pumping, let me say this. This is the part that is a little scammy, but maybe it's not. Maybe they're just sticking to their calendar of where they said they're going to put an announcement at or an update or whatever. And they're like, hey, last year they decided in March we're going to put out whatever announcement, right? Or maybe that's when this certain catalyst is going to happen, right? So maybe it's scammy, maybe it's not. But what some of them are going to do is start putting out bullish announcements because they know it was the plan. Hold on, let me slow down. This is very important. What you got to realize is most of us are the retail that's in the market right now. What everybody was expecting is a whole bunch of new retail to be in the market. These marketing things were set up for those people and not of those of us that came in early and been going through the bear market and coming, through the market, this far, right? So some of these bullish announcements were for the FOMO, the huge FOMO that was supposed to be here, right? But you got to realize you're the retail. So anyway, a lot of these projects are going to start putting out bullish announcements, whether they're doing it scammy or whether they just following their roadmap. And you got to realize, like, that announcement's not going to work the same. So when you start seeing stuff pump, like we saw one pump a couple of days ago, do realize that thing is going to dump because they're putting out those announcements because maybe, like I said, it's the roadmap, or they trying to get the pump because tokens are about to be unlocked. And like the one I think I was talking about was like 20%. Here's another thing. There's a lot of good tools we have this cycle that we didn't have last cycle. And even some of those tools don't cover everything. So I think even for that tool, it was 20% of the market cap was supposed to be coming out. I think I said of the supply, but it's of the market cap, which is pretty much the same thing, in the current time. Meaning if the market cap is 20 million, I'm just throwing out a number, 20% of that, excuse me, 20% of that would be $5 million, which is 1/4 of the market cap. And you have $5 million of tokens coming on the market, which is 1/4. That could dump down tremendously. So right now you're in that phase where a lot of stuff is going to be trying to have announcements or whatever. You might see it do a quick pump. You're like, it's about to take off. I got to jump in there. Now it's going to dump back down because you got a lot of big unlocks coming out right now between now and May. Because everybody felt like we were going to be in a bullish market. Like I said, I don't see anybody talking about this. I know it's not something people want to talk about now. And got to mention, a lot of influencers are early investors in a lot of these projects or whatever. And it's not me trying to knock anybody. Let me tell you something. I'm so tired of the crypto bro. I'm better than you. Follow my channel, not his channel stuff. I'm so tired of that. Like I'm so done with that. Hope I never see it again. I know when the market picks back up, people are going to be trying to be on that. But like I said, I do complain about stuff because there's a lot of people that just copy what other people say, and then they hear somebody else say something and they copy that. That does annoy me. But when I make these statements, I'm not trying to be competitive with anybody else's channel group or any of that kind of stuff or whatever. I'm really tired of that, to be honest. But you got to realize that, yeah, that's what's about to happen. It's not what you want to hear, but yeah, we are the retail that's here. There is no FOMO retail for those unlocks to be buying with those unlocks. You know what I'm saying? Just to put it in, let me just try to create a picture because that's what I always try to do. And this is not realistic, but let's say something. Let's use round numbers. Let's say a project started at 1 million, right? It started at 1 million. Maybe you didn't see it. Okay, cool. It went to 5 million. Your group, my group, whoever's group told you about it. You're like, cool. I found this at 5 million. This is going to go crazy, whatever. So you get in at 5 million, whatever. You sitting in your bags or whatever. It's up to 15 million. You up to 3x on it. But it's been at that 3x forever because the hope was that by now that same crypto, whatever it is, would have been at 80 million or 120 million or whatever, because retail was going to come in FOMO. But it's just sat at that 3x or whatever. So let's say you cool, you're like, I believe in this project, I'm gonna continue to hold it. But realize if you see it sitting at 15 million, and then let's say it flies up 30 million or whatever, 30 million, and so you get another 2x. Now you're up a 6x. In your mind, you're gonna be like, yo, this just flew up. Like I probably should FOMO in, or I should put some more here because it's going and ride the wave. Because that's what everybody thinks. It's like, oh, it's got some motion now. We're gonna ride the wave. Right now, that's probably not what's going to happen. I'm just being honest with y'all. What's going to happen is you see it go 30 million. Maybe you should be like, oh, shoot, I got a 6x out of this. Let me go and take some profits because there's a lot of token unlocks going to be coming out. And you got the tools. Y'all know how to look this stuff up. But what I was saying earlier is, I mean, you got tools like Rank or whatever. But sometimes even that doesn't show all the unlocks or whatever, and how the unlocks are coming out and who they're going to. Sometimes it doesn't say all of that on every project or whatever. Because I think when I looked at it was like 20% of the supply coming out on there, but I think it was some other hidden unlocks. I think it would have brought it to maybe like 24, 25%, maybe up 30. I don't know. But so yeah, so you'll see those announcements come out and you'll be like, man, this is the best announcement in the world. It's got to fly from here. But we in a sideways market. If you get some profits out of it, go ahead and take those or whatever. Um, but I don't want to say what I'm seeing with the pattern yet right now, because like I said, I'm not trying to be here to say I told you so. And some people don't care; they just want to say something just in case I'm right. Then it'll make me look good, right? And I don't want to hurt anybody who's listening to this or whatever, because the market is brutal enough for everybody as it is. But anyway, so that's what's going on right now. This is the period where everybody felt they knew 1,000% that the market would be booming right now. So a lot of those unlocks are coming out because they're like, um, some of the projects are great projects, right? And they were trying to do the right thing. They're like, hey, we love our community. We're not even going to have a bunch of dilution. We're not having big unlocks until the market is hot. So they had the right idea, except the market is not hot right now. I talked about that a bit, but that is pretty much one of the most important things I want to say. And as in addition to not falling for all the every time Trump speaks thing, oh, it's about to take off. What I'm doing is, them say it's important, is I am following this pattern because it has been lining up so far, but it still hasn't been long enough for me to feel like that super confident. Like I said, I'm not trying to give myself confirmation bias, like, ooh, look at me, I'm so smart, I found this, whatever. I got to see if it's really lining up. I'm not gonna, be looking stupid. But what I will do is, if it keeps playing out, I'll know, okay, this part, the pattern says it's supposed to be bullish. So if Trump is supposed to say something during that period where I think it's supposed to be bullish, then that means the market is going to go. The last, when he made was it yesterday, the day before yesterday, that's not what the pattern was saying. I was like, this is going to be some BS, which means if they got him saying something, that means they're trying to get him to pump it before they dump it or take profits or whatever. And we not playing that game. I know everybody told them that people in crypto were stupid, but we're not as stupid as y'all think we are. So y'all can take those little trade fight games somewhere else, and or play better games or something, because people ain't trying to hear it. You got to come with something new. Just keep repeating strategic reserve, all this stuff. We got to see some movement, some action, something. But yeah, so I'll let everybody talk about the macro, whatever, which has always been important. I don't think it is this time around. So I'll let everybody talk about interest rate cuts, macro, M2 supply, all that stuff, and let them have that. But I'm playing a different game over here, and we're gonna see how it works out. Anyway, Rifleman, good morning, dude. My first live. Okay, cool. Welcome. Appreciate you checking in. Can't hear you, man. I'm sorry, but that was 3 minutes of wasted time. I promise y'all, it's the streaming software. I know you say, why don't you change? Because I don't want to learn something else. I'm sorry, I'm stubborn, and I got too much other stuff going on over here. And if I'm being honest, I think I said this before. I still have to do my. I thought I would completely stop all my regular work stuff, as far as film industry and music production by now. But that's not been the case. So, uh, it doesn't, might be a difference in income, but I have my different goals. You have your goals. So I'm still working to bring money into the market or dry powder, as I've been telling y'all. So when the market takes off, I have more dry powder and stuff to work with. So, in addition, yes, I'm still in the crypto world too, watching the projects and seeing what's going on. Um, but yeah, so I don't have time to learn some new streaming software. I'm just rocking with this one. What are your thoughts on the executive order to terminate the Department of Education? I see that. I'm not getting caught up in that. I feel like it's distractions. And I know if people hear that with the wrong ears, they're like, what? You don't care about the education system and the children of tomorrow? The children are the world. We are the world. We are the children. Children are the future. Let them lead the way. Whitney Houston, all that good stuff, right? That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is like, they only do this stuff for people to fuss, man. I mean, if you've been watching the channel long enough, I was to say, all the thing they put stuff out there for you to focus on is distractions. I see people fussing about the Department of Education, DEI, the layoffs, and people vandalizing Teslas every day. And once you step out of the matrix, you realize what's going on. You realize it's just a distraction. As long as y'all fussing and cussing each other out about your party's dumb I just, it's crazy to see it flip flop depending on who's the president. Last time it was who the conservatives was the snowflakes. Now that there's a conservative president, now the liberals are the snowflakes, and it's just this back and forth. And I'm like, y'all all were crying like little babies. Every time your politician is not in office, you all cry like babies. But then when yours is in office, you want to call other people babies, but y'all all a bunch of grown babies just acting like little rugrats. But whatever. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna put my attention there because it's something that's out of my control. Number one, I have no thoughts on it. All I can do is focus on educating the people around me, making my life better, making sure my family's okay, my loved ones. If there's people outside of my friends and family that I can educate, then I will do that. But I will not allow somebody to distract me and have me running around, vandalizing Teslas and stupid stuff like that, hurting people that have nothing to do with nothing. Maybe they bought that Tesla 6 years ago. Maybe they don't even know what's going on. Maybe they just wanted an electric car that they felt like was reliable from a company that's been around a while, whether you like Teslas or not. It's crazy that people going around being stupid, just tearing up people's cars that have nothing to do with nothing. And so when you ask me that question, to me, it all correlates to the same thing. Department of Education, DEI. Do I feel sorry for the people that are losing the jobs? Of course I do. But what I'm saying is I'm not going to allow the terms that they're using, the clickbait stuff, and I know they're pushing narratives to cause discord or whatever you want to call us amongst people. So I'm not gonna get caught up in that. And like I said, they were gonna do it no matter who was in office. All they do is put a different mascot in there to push whatever narrative they got going. Right from answer, yes, sir. Do you think the United States is going in the right direction as a nation as a whole? No, it's a lot of crazy stuff going on every side. If you want to call them sides, because I don't believe they're sides anyway. As I've been saying since the beginning, I hear a lot of other people saying both wings are the part of the same plane. Uh, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in America, and I am a Christian, so I do believe in prayer and all that kind of stuff, and it's because never mind. I'm not gonna get on that. But country got a lot of crazy stuff going on. Is all I'm gonna say. No, I don't feel like we're going the right direction as a nation, and that's not because of who's in office. It's just overall for the last couple of years it's been crazy. We got so much stupid stuff going on, and my problem is, like I keep saying, everybody's too far left and too far right. Very few people want to be balanced in the middle. People think if I subscribe to this political party, then I got to do everything they say. It might be something I don't even believe in, but I'm gonna push the narrative because I want to show that I'm a part of this political party and I have allegiance to it or whatever. That's one thing I've really been learning, that people really do not have self identities. It's really scary, man, for me to grow up and realize like most people, whether they're 25, 30, 42, 52, they're all still stuck in a high school mindset when they're trying to be at the popular table and they're trying to show I'm a part of the book club, I'm a part of the math club, I'm a part of the beta club, the debate team. Like everybody's still stuck in searching for their identity, which is something I think is really sad. I don't want to knock them, and I don't know how people get to that point. Um, I think I've always prided myself on being myself. Like I said on the channel the other day, that's why I get so upset when I see people copying me. It's not that just they're copying me and trying to take my words and take credit for it and making money off my words and their Patreons, like, whatever. Is that I really despise unoriginality. Like I've always been like that. Like if a popular shoe came out when I was a kid and everybody was buying it, I think what everybody else does, and I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. This is a part of who I am. I'm not a trend follower. Like I can't, I don't, it's not something I can ever understand. Because somebody said it's a trend and we all just do it. I was talking to one of my homegirls, like I'm a gym rat. Actually, I've been failing horribly for the last 2 years. I'm being honest. See, it's even that saying I'm a gym rat. Like that's a part of who I am, but it's not who I am. My whole identity is not wrapped in that. But I work out a lot, and my friend, she's a girl, and I've been seeing like this. I'm sorry, I'm on this. I'm kind of answering the question, but apparently these, I'm sorry, they ugly. The ugly New Balances are a trend amongst pretty girls. I was like, wasn't it less than 8 months ago we called these the grandpa shoes? They were literally getting roasted. They was like, man, you're getting old when you wearing these shoes. You wearing the grandpa shoes or grandma shoes. Now, because they've made it a trend, now you got like 19-year-old and 21-year-old girls like wearing them in their workout videos. I'm like, because it's a trend, like bro, I don't understand it. I just trends is anyway. I'm on a soapbox, but the country is crazy right now. Everybody's far left or far right, and nobody wants to think balance. Nobody want to admit that the other side kind of has. Maybe they could be kind of right there. Maybe it's just really ridiculous, man. Um, and I see a lot of y'all talking about. I'm definitely am. Like I said, that's another thing. I don't want to ever. I'm never going to deny anything that happened on this channel. Like I said, I am a Christian. I want to be a good person. I want to help people. I have chewed out people on my channel, cussed out people, and all that kind of stuff. I'm never gonna hide that. There's never be a point where they're like, "Hey, I remember when you cussed that person out." Yeah, I did do that, right? But I don't feel good about it. But it happened. I'm not gonna deny it and act like it didn't happen. But I do feel like I got a lot of good things that I to say to people in society and stuff. Um, Maybe I need my own little soapbox podcast. Maybe that'll be coming soon. But yeah, make sure who you are is really who you are. That's all I can really say, man. I think it's one of the most important things to really find your identity, and that's not in what you do. Like I'm a musician, been a musician a long time. I've been in the film industry a long time, been an actor for a long time, but that's not my identity. Like an actor is not my identity. A musician and a producer is not my identity. It's a part of what I do. It's a part of who I am, but it's not my whole identity. Like I tell, I can't stand going around some actors sometimes because all they speak is I call it thespian talk. It just annoys the crap out of me. Like can you talk like a regular human? And the same, I'm a conservative, I'm a Christian, but I can't stand even when I go around my Christian friends and like only thing you can it sounds like you're talking straight out the Bible. You don't know any regular sentences. You don't know how to talk about restaurants and food that you ate last night and top golf or basketball. Like all you can do is talk as church. Like that's cool. I understand be witnesses and spread the gospel and all that kind of stuff. But your identity has to be like, who are you? Like that's one thing I really started like when I got out of school, I really started like really like paying attention. Like, how do I speak? Like, what is my vernacular? How do I speak? Like, not the slang that I learned from my hood, or not even when I tried to assimilate to society and get into the workforce, and not even those terms that I use when I'm trying to coach or whatever. Like, who am I? How do I speak? Like, and that's why I try to really grab a hold to like what's my own self identity. How did I'm sorry. I need a podcast, man. I'm gonna just whatever. Let me get off this. But yeah, I just think people need to be more neutral. That's why the country is going crazy. Um, do you think the cycle will mimic other cycles with huge pumps? Yeah, but the thing is, like as I've been saying for 15, 18 months now, the market is very saturated. There's too many projects. We got pump fund that came along and took a lot of liquidity out of the market. So there's a lot of stuff going on that's preventing it from doing the big pump that people want to see. Excuse me. And let's not, we haven't talked about this in a while, but the high evaluations that the projects are launching at. You used to last cycle, you would get layer ones launching at 60 million, like top layer ones. Solana launched at about 18. I might be lying, but I think it was like 18 million. I remember it. I remember Solana at like 40 to 60 million for sure. I know that for a fact. But I think at one point it was like 18 million. You know, and we talk about Solana that we know now, which is one of the biggest chains. But now you got stuff launching, and they launching at 2 billion. So that's a part of the reason why you can't get huge pumps, because it's already pumped. It's already up there. But I think we will get some pumps. It's all about the timing, though. Like I said, I'm watching this pattern to see how things play out. Not to say I told you so, but to make sure the people that's in my group can be protected, and we can it can help us make it to the pearly gates and all that good stuff. Snake said, "What's up, Zoe? What's up?" It's all about tokenomics. That's true. That's another thing. What's wrong with the copy trade whales? What's wrong with the copy trade whales? Can you restate that? What you're asking? What's wrong with the copy trade whales? Are you saying why that strategy isn't working anymore? I know a lot of people was trying to do that at the beginning of the cycle, and like I said, man, the beginning of this cycle started like last cycle. I was telling somebody, I was like, man, my portfolio went like in like 4 to 5 months. My portfolio went from where I started to 34x in like a couple of months, feeling good. And you're like, okay, cool, I got this under wrap. It's better than last cycle because I know more from two cycles of experience, and this is about to be crazy. And it just kind of flipped on its head after a while. Um, but yeah, those don't really work anymore. It doesn't really work anymore because the thing is, the whales don't be knowing what they're doing. Like I said, with Pump Fund coming out, meme coins taking over, and then you had AI just taking over. A lot of the big whales are not where you want to go anymore. If that's what you're asking, I think that's what you're saying. Is the sound still on? Because I haven't even checked it. Yeah, it should be. I'm coming straight out of the camera's audio, so it probably doesn't sound as good. But I'm sorry. Um, where we at? Zoe copy trade whales. Oh, I just read that. Zoe been steady, accurate. Keep up the good work, bro. I'm trying to be. I can't say it's not as accurate as I want to be, but I'm following this pattern to see how this stuff plays out. Um, but I do think we're in great projects, and just gotta wait for everything to catch up. Department of Education is a grift. You know, there's good and bad with that. Uh, Rifleman said Rugrats. Oh, and something I said earlier. Keep the government out of my life. It's called Operation Mockingbird. There's no such thing as too far right. Man, yes, there is, man. I'm a conservative, and there's definitely such thing as too far right as well as too far left, man. It's like you got to be neutral. You got to find balance in your life. Tell me to give to someone else communism. Oh man, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but just find some neutrality. Full Send Crypto said, I'm neutral politically and heavy left slot me in as a Nazi pro. I am mixed race. Yeah, man. I said and I hate to even say this because it shouldn't be a thing. And this is how they brainwash us all. I shouldn't even have to say I have conservative views and some liberal views because really, it's not a such thing. If we're being honest, man, it's all a lie. They just give them names like you know. I'm trying to think of something. Yeah, a matter of fact, I don't want to get into it because then we'll be arguing. But there's certain stuff on both sides, like that I agree with, stuff on both sides that I don't agree with. But there are no sides. It's a hard conversation to have because it's so contradictory. But yeah, I'm neutral, man. Conservative neutral. I don't know what I'm something, man. His name is teach a man to fish, not give a man fish. Um, oh, you still talk? You feel passionate about this subject. Um, Big pump not possible, or trade on small ones, make it impossible to rotate. Oh, so are you saying like the? I mean, there's been some. I wish I would have caught some, but I guess when you saying big pumps, you're saying like the 100x's and 1000x's and stuff like we saw with Gala and stuff like that. Hmm. It's possible, man. I don't have a crystal ball, but people are trading in and out of stuff much, much, much faster. I will say that. Um, so yeah, and when I came in, it was pretty much conservative because I had, like I said, I think when I started the channel, I was already at 35x my portfolio, and it felt very conservative being in the crypto market to be pushing for to 30x that portfolio again from here, which it really is if you find the right stuff. But the thing is, it's too much, and it's too many projects out there. And like I said, I keep saying the meme coins and AI agents were the things that ran. You have a couple that did well, Mantra. It's a couple virtual, which was on my list to get. And yeah, it's just I didn't see that bottom, but we'll see. We're gonna see what happens. Yes, yes, a plan to copy trade whales. Yeah, man, I don't. Yeah, copy trading whales. The whales are drowning. So, and that's true. I think that if I'm being honest, I think the whales might be doing worse than anybody. If we're being honest, um, I saw somebody. I don't want to be petty, but I've been keeping track of them. I guess they have nothing else to do, so they just use Arkham and some other stuff, tracking stuff, and like pointing out like what influencers have lost money. And there's like a couple of them that are over $5 million, one at like $8 million. So yeah, because it's funny, like the Donnie Kruger effect, knowing enough about something to feel like you know everything, but not knowing enough to know that you don't know. And so if you've always been a big influencer and you feel like you've always been the point of alpha, you feel like you got everything under control. So you kind of bet more or whatever, whatever. But yeah, I don't think the copy trading whales is the way to go. Because I know people like made their whole channels off doing that, and it's not a good look right now. Sounds clean. Is your group still open? Yes, the group's still open. Group is still open. Yeah. Where we at? Where we at? I am also interested in the group. I thought you. Am I reading your name wrong? Listen, I got so much on my mind. So I thought you had your own, but I mean, it's whatever. I said before, like people come in there trying to scam and stuff. But I said we could work together, but people don't want to do that. But I mean, if you want to, that's cool. Um, your common sense. So I'm seeing channels showing how to future trade shorting. I don't mess with none of that. I don't mess with future shorting, longing, leverage. I don't mess with none of that stuff. I'm just all spot, man. I'm all spot. If that's something you want to do and learn how to do, then that's up to you. But I'm all spot. I don't do any of that stuff. Um, sorry, I got something in the way on my mind. There new retail stock market mindset in crypto now. They excited over 50% profits. True, true, true. Yeah, that's true too. Like people getting in and getting out. Even when stuff happens in my group, it doesn't phase me really when something goes up 50. Even to be honest, if it goes up 150%, I'm barely phased. And maybe I should change that. But um maybe this is what you used to in crypto. But I see people get excited like something goes up 30%. You're like, oh, it's moving. I'm just like, okay, cool. But yeah, I mean, it's maturing, so it's getting more like the stock market. The moves are smaller, mainly because there's too many projects. Not even because the market caps are all still small, but there's so many of them that the market is spread across the market too much, and you can't really get concentrated money in one project. Because by the time it starts moving, people are taking their profits and moving out of it. One thing I can say is I keep telling people just really, like I said, I'm looking at the pattern. All I can say is just hold on. I told somebody, they was like, well, I need a break. I said, well, you can take a break, but make sure you're still paying attention to the market, because when it starts moving, you might come in too late. And then, sometimes it's better to be early than be late. I know it's been sideways, it's been boring, stuff like that. But I'm telling you, this is money that can change your life. This is not the stocks where you're just like, it's cool. I missed the 10%. I missed the 20%. Like you want to focus. And sometimes it's that sacrifice of time you got to take and being patient to make the life change of money, because it's still here to make. It's still here to make. No, nobody can tell you you're going to get 1,000, 2,000x last or whatever. But like I said, 20x and 30x in your portfolio can change your life. If we're being honest, 5x and 10x can change your life. So I tell people stay in the market. The market's not over. No matter how much clickbait people put up to try to scare you out. Is the market over? Are we cooked? Are we done? All this kind of stuff. I don't think so. I know they're looking at regular stuff, which is what most people are looking at. But I'm telling you, I really am starting to believe in this pattern that I'm seeing. So that's what I'm following. Follow me as I follow the pattern. I guess I don't know what else to say. Snake said, I'm holding a few crypto, just DCA Bitcoin right now. Yeah, I see a lot of people using that tactic right now. Right now, I'm chilling. I got my bags that I'm holding. I'm looking for DCA points, looking at this pattern, and then I'm collecting dry powder. Whatever work I do, production, whatever it is, I start buying stable coins and send them to my different wallets so they get ready. I send some to Solana wallets, put some on exchanges and whatever else, and just ready to do what I need to do. I just need a forex, so I'm hoping. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Oh, I'm hoping. Thank you for your knowledge. Yeah, I mean, definitely forex from here. I just know it's real bearish right now. People are not feeling it, but patience and, like I said, have monk mentality. I always say that, and just have patience. That's all I can say. But it's definitely not a lead market. Be like, dang man, I guess I missed it. Nah, they're just playing games. They're definitely just playing games. But look, if you do want to join the Patreon is at patreon.com/cryptozo. I think we have some great picks in there. That's another thing I was going to say too. I don't know if I had it in my notes, but I think I talked a long time about the projects that are about to have a lot of their supplies coming out once again. It's not bad on them. Some of them I think are great projects, and I feel like they actually did the right thing. They're like, hey, we're not even coming out to the market as hot. They felt like they had it figured out, but a lot of these supplies about to come on the market, and it's not the time to be aping some of these projects. To be honest, even if you thought we was about to tick up, because you want to make sure we're in the bullish, like a real bullish point, because what could happen is the supply could come out. People might wait to watch and see if it's going to pump, and they might not dump it right away, but they're probably going to dump it 2 or 3 weeks later or whatever. So that's something I'll see nobody talking about, but you got to realize people thought we was going to be in a bullish market. Therefore, they thought they were doing the right thing by not having a big portion of the supply come out yet. So they're doing it now. But because the market is not bullish, it's probably going to mean it's going to dump. Uh, and some of them are great projects. Wait to see if it finds a bottom. Um, oh yeah, and this is something I've been saying forever, and it's not me trying to like toot my horn, but I see people talking about the projects that I'm sorry, talking too fast. I see people talking about the projects that I've given to my group, because the thing is, uh, maybe I didn't go crazy with meme coins or AI agents, because my mindset was on, hey, I've been studying these projects from whatever, like what the team is building, whatever. These are projects I feel like are going to be good in the bull, without thinking about meme coin pump fund that was going to come. Nobody knew pump fund was going to be coming, but now these projects are going to start to get some shine or whatever, because they are the great projects that are out there. So be patient. Get some dry powder, be ready to DCA, and every bull market you have these moments when it feels like, oh, it's really over. Like, this is some bull crap. I heard people asking like, oh, was COVID like this? Yeah, definitely was like this. You got to think how, no matter, let me say this, at least in the first week, and I know people like to play the whole C19 thing in a political way, but like, oh, I knew it was a scam from the beginning. In the first week, in the first 7 days, I can almost guarantee you that you didn't. Certain things had to happen along the way for you to be like, wait a minute, something's wrong here, right? In the first 2 or 3 days, say, let's give you, maybe you figured it out in the first week, not the first 3 or 4 days you didn't though. When that happened, everybody's like, it's the end of the world. Armageddon is coming. Zombie apocalypse is coming. Let me load up on my shells. And because I know I did. I still, when people, when my friends come over, they like, bro, because people know me. Like, I'm pretty much the same person y'all see on my channel. I'm real chill. I'm always making jokes. Y'all don't even see me make jokes, but I'm always making jokes and stuff. And so people come to my house and they like, bro, are you in a war? Like, we stocked up on ammo, like deep. So when it first happened, we thought the apocalypse was here, right? And so when that happened, people was like, everybody ran out of the market, and it just dumped, and you felt like it was never coming back, but it did, and people barely remember that now. They can recall it. They can like, oh, remember that COVID, or C19. I'm probably not supposed to say it on my channel, but yeah, when that happened, man, it was crazy. It was crazy. Dudes had basements. Yeah, their basements were full of toilet paper. People reselling it on Amazon. I wish I had some stock in what's the joint that really sold out? The sanitizer. I see the hit Germex, but I can't remember what it's called. I don't even use the stuff, so that's why I can't remember. But whatever, sanitizers was selling out. People was reselling it for 5 times the cost. It's crazy times. But anyway, there's always a time like this in the market. I feel like from here we are still going up. May not be as soon as some of y'all want. Well, I can't say that. Never mind. I'm watching the pattern. I'm watching it, and I'm trying not to use confirmation bias. Is all I can say. And maybe people will think I'm an oracle as fortune teller soon, but If certain things play out and it keeps to continue to play, I'm really gonna trust this thing going forward. Anyway, patreon.com/cryptozo. I thought the stream was gonna be 12 minutes tops, but we are at 45 minutes. Appreciate y'all hanging on the stream. Thoughts on MicroStrategy? Is that what you're asking? Or did somebody make something? Call. Let me see. I'm pretty sure you're talking about MicroStrategy. And talking about like MicroStrategy and all the can you confirm? Is that what you're talking about? Wait, y'all got other comments? Wait, what comments just came up out of nowhere? I did know it was a scam. I never used the mask. Oh, you were one of those. We was not we weren't happy about the mask either. Oh, that's like I said. It didn't take me long, but yeah. Dude's had basement full of TP, so somehow I missed that comment over that one. I was flying around this country. Oh, that was crazy. Yeah, I know a lot of people was a lot of flights for like $20 and $50. Snakes. Oh, you say yeah about MicroStrategy? Are you talking about like all the stuff Michael Saylor been doing? And I think he's supposed to be giving fit. Yeah, some of the stuff he's promising. It does look a little sketchy. I know everybody's saying it, but I think it's I don't know. I don't know how he's going to give what he's saying he's going to give because he says he doesn't plan on selling any of Bitcoin. So it's like, where's the money going to come from for you to do this? I don't know. I feel like he really believes in Bitcoin, but I don't know. I don't know how he's going to do some of the stuff he's saying without selling Bitcoin because he says he's not selling it. However, he feel like he's going to get these clients the money. I don't know. I don't know, man. I can't say what that man does with his business, but at the same time, I know it has to do with crypto, but I still feel like it's a distraction. So I don't know. Maybe his stock will do well, but I just don't know how he's going to deliver on these promises that he's been saying lately. But I'm not going to try to knock him. I want Michael coming for me. I know you got a small channel, and I saw you saying something about me, and he got enough money to, I ain't got time for them games. Anyway, patreon.com/cryptozo, and I'm going to see y'all next time.